Ladies and gentlemen, any moment the president calls for an impromptu cabinet meeting, then definitely it means two things. First of all, there is an emergency that is supposed to be dealt with on a serious note. And then another thing, there is a transformation that is supposed to be made on an immediate basis. So this evening, William Ruto, who is the president, actually called for an impromptu cabinet secretaries meeting, the entire cabinet, and they had a sitting. So what has now dawned out of it, what has actually come out of it, is that he wanted to take a very immediate, emergent step with what is being expected tomorrow. And so the development that we've had is that, the schools have been closed. All the schools, the day schools in Nairobi have been closed, and the government has said they are kind of watching what will happen tomorrow so that they give more directives after that. Then the schools of Mombasa have also been closed, and actually the schools of Kisumu have also been closed. So these are the three major cities, which of course the demonstrations have been taking serious dimensions in them. The last demonstration I saw a bitter, parent wailing.
Tumetoka na watu wawili. Watupena amani. Mbona serikali inapiga watoto wadogo?
And actually that cry has reached the core. And this action has been taken as an emergent action to protect the lives of the pupils or our students in school. Then another thing that happened, I've just seen a message from Murkomen, Kipchumba Murkomen, who is the roads CS. I've seen a message from him where he is urging Raila Odinga to, halt the demonstration. In fact, he is sending it at a very prime time, trying to seduce Raila and, kind of beg Raila to stop the demonstrations. And what he's saying is that Raila should give a dialogue chance. Murkomen is one of the Ruto's confidants, the key people that whenever they say something, you can be assured that that thing is as good as if it was spoken by William Ruto directly from his mouth. So why is all this coming? Why are all this development? The mood in every part of the country now is fear. So fear is the mood that we are seeing right now. And the government is trying to act in, first of all, a desperate way. When you are faced with desperate situations, desperate actions come up. You take desperate measures. When I saw that a call by Kipchumba Murkomen, I noted one thing, that the government is planning only to see how tomorrow will look like. And you see, this is a government that is kind of trying to play the hide and seek game with Raila Odinga. So the government is trying to see what is it that is going to come out tomorrow. What are we going to see tomorrow? Such that if Raila overpowers them, if the news that we will end up the day with tomorrow becomes the news that we saw in the last demonstration of last week, then definitely the government will have to give in to Raila's demands. And that is what I read in Murkomen's post. And when I saw that Ruto called for an impromptu cabinet sitting, then they might have prepared something that after they studied the environment tomorrow, and in the event that we see more destruction, we see more harm than the good that they are promising to, take care of the people and ensure that Raila and the team are defeated fully, if Raila overpowers them, then we are going to see the fruits of what Murkomen is kind of trying to send us, a coded message that Raila should give dialogue a chance. That is the time when we might see that President calls for a press briefing and invites Raila and the team for a dialogue. That is one possibility of, the outcomes of what will take place tomorrow. Azimio being very keen on what the government is preparing ahead, because they know how the government can actually camouflage in matters to do with enticing. They know how the government can appear to be, dressed in a white linen, yet inside their walls. So in the event that we see tomorrow Azimio team overpowering the government, then we can expect for a development in line with what Murkomen is suggesting. That we can be prepared for. At the same time, another interpretation that we can actually make out of this is that, Murkomen is the one who assessed the damages that were seen in the last demonstration. And of course, as the CS who is responsible for, protecting the very key strategic infrastructure that will not be demolished or destroyed by the demonstrators, definitely this can be actually a call by himself. And he might have realized the weight that these demonstrations are coming up with. Like the other time he was saying that it is the perpetrators or the organizers of the demonstrations that will be liable for the damages. And when he is seeing that, nobody came out to support him, nobody came out to give him a hand or second him in whatever he was saying, he was thinking that there would be kind of fear being sent into the camp of Azimio, and again into, aligning with the future demonstrations, such that they will be taking some steps back and not organizing the future ones perfectly well. So when you see all this, it might have come definitely from, Murkomen in his intrinsic self, and just taking an initiative as a responsible cabinet secretary, minister, to protect what he is, what is in his scope of a position, So this might also be a way of Murkomen trying to plead with Raila on an individual basis. Everything, after all is said and done, the mood of the country is, fear. Everything you are seeing happening, you are seeing clips of goons being transported wherever you are. If you are in the city, aircrafts are moving left, right, and center. The atmosphere is so fearful. It is God who will make sure that his victory is ensured. And whatever will come out tomorrow will be based on the future that people want. If Azimio overpowers the government, then definitely the government must give in. The government must just surrender and allow whatever people are complaining about, every grievance that people, are putting forth, they must just allow. There is no any other option. There is no any other alternative. But that is what they have to bear with as from tomorrow. Let me see you in the tomorrow's event, ladies and gentlemen. We will be covering it, and just keep it locked, and we meet next. Have a great moment.